What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pearl Media. In today's episode, we'll be reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Let's get into it.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 31.
So what's the issue? What's the deal with women in rankings? Why is this such a controversial subject?
I totally agree with how you rank women. I don't have an issue with it. I think, unfortunately, our generation is just oblivious to what is attractive to men and what actually works with them. And unfortunately, instead of just looking at it and growing from it, I think they try to find some type of rationale to make it right. And it's just, you guys are physically attracted to us, and we look for different attraction in men. And so I personally don't see anything wrong with it. I think everybody has a standard, and I think beauty is beauty. So,
Well, what tomorrow night's show is going to be along these same lines. A lot of these responses I get from women show just how far many modern women are from really knowing and understanding men. That's what I'm getting. They really don't know and understand men. They think it's.
I think a lot of women think that men think the way we do. And I can honestly say, from watching your videos and striving to be someone's wife, like, I realized where, not necessarily I was taught wrong, but where I wasn't taught the right way, I guess. My mom was a single parent, and so she taught me what she thought was best. And she did well for herself. And so, yes, she's taught me those things, but my mom isn't married. And so when I realized I wanted to be married, I started looking at married people, how married women act, how my great-grandmother and all of those people and how their marriages fared out. And I think that if we take a look, as women, if we take a look at how it used to be, that is the blueprint on keeping a long-lasting marriage. And that is how you
even if you just listen to what men are saying, men in general, black men in particular, have been saying, we want women who are fit, friendly, their own natural hair, and childless. In that, nobody's saying they want a model.
Right.
They're not saying they want a woman who is on the cover of a magazine. They just want a woman who's
just standing in your own beauty and your natural beauty.
Well, so, and when men hear women like the last woman who, no matter how you slice it, her weight wasn't an issue. I'm just like, basically, it's like, fuck you, accept me how I am, because this is as good as you're going to get, because I'm not going to this is what a lot of women have been taught. Worry about what you think and don't consider what a man has to do. Doing anything for a man makes you a fool.
But that's wrong, because you're trying to attract a man. You want a man to marry you, so you naturally need to do what attracts a man.
Well, so, you know that now. So that's why we're trying to have the conversation to get more women on board to realize that, look, you can be what you want, but if you want a man, you're going to have to, just like a man, if he wants a woman, he's going to have to get his stuff together too. It goes both ways. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
29.
Okay. What's wrong with all this ranking stuff?
To be honest, I never got the ranking thing. I think that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what you might find attractive, somebody else might not find attractive. And what I find attractive, another woman might not find attractive.
Okay, let me ask you a question then. Then why do we have beauty pageants?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Why do we have any kind of systems where women are put on the cover of something saying the most beautiful girl in the world? Since it's all subjective.
I mean, to be honest, like when it comes to like people's most sexiest people in the world, or like beauty pageants, like you were saying before, those were Eurocentric things.
No, that's not what I was saying. I think that's a bullshit argument.
Okay. But
Jet magazine every week had a Jet Beauty of the Week.
well, I didn't read Jet magazine. That was before
But
my.
but it doesn't matter. You know it exists. See, what you're trying to basically say is that there are no standards. That everything goes. And
No,
that everybody's beautiful to somebody.
everybody has their own standard.
Okay, but is there a universal standard?
No, because
Really? Really?
no,
Really? So
I don't
okay.
standards.
See what I mean? This is what I mean. This is a woman who's 29 years old who's trying to say there's no universal standard of beauty. So anybody can win Miss America.
Anybody can win
Right.
if they try harder.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. So Gabrielle Sidibe or Tess Holliday, 300-pound woman, could go up and win Miss America. I'm giving you a heavy black woman, heavy white woman. Either one of them can win Miss America.
They could. It's many beautiful big women out there that have high valued men. I don't see what the problem is with a woman's weight of why she can't find an attractive
I'll tell you
man.
what the problem. Where's your husband?
I don't have a husband.
Where's your boyfriend?
I don't have a boyfriend.
When's the last time you had a relationship?
Last year.
But you do have a kid.
Yes.
Can I make this shit up?
So because I have that I'm not beautiful?
No. The fact that, I'm making the point is typically before we have kids, we have relationships and marriages. But because we're so far out of order, women are getting the benefit of sex, reproduction, and everything else without even understanding who men are or what we want. What you're saying goes directly in opposition to what all the men have said. You are wrong according to what the men say they want. Now, if the men say they want something and you think it's opposite, who's right?
Again, I think it goes off of like what each person is looking for.
Who matters? If the men are picking the women, who matters more in that situation? What women think or what men think?
Well, in my opinion, men and women pick each other.
It's not what happens, man.
But
I know I just gave. See, this is how women try to slip through. When you ask a question, they try to reframe it in a way they can be right. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Can you answer the question the way I framed it? If men are picking women, whose opinion matters? What men want or what women think?
Well, in your point of case, what men want.
If you're buying a car, does it matter what the seller wants or what the buyer wants?
What the buyer wants.
Then if men are buying women for relationships, it matters what the buyer, men, want. See, you understand it in a consumer sense, but in a relationship sense, it just seems to escape your mind. That's the same logic, ma'am. Buyer and seller are men and women. So if you're a woman and you want to have a man buy you, you better do what? Care about what the buyer wants?
Yes.
The buyer wants fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless.
Okay.
That's what they tend to want. Men also think that certain women look better than others, but a big part of it has to do with your fitness. Mm-hmm. Now, you were born with the face you're born with. Mm-hmm. But if you don't think that there's a change, if you think it's always subjective and everybody's beautiful, do you ever wear makeup?
Yes, I do.
Why do you need that if you look good no matter what?
Well, everybody can always use some improvement.
Oh, no. You look good no matter what.
But that's not what I said. I said that beauty was in the eye of the beholder.
So that means you can be more beautiful.
Yes, I didn't.
You can also be less beautiful.
Yes, you can. Like if you decide.
So there are some women who are less beautiful. There's no. Stick with me on logic. We're making progress. Just like you could be more beautiful with makeup enhancements, you can be less beautiful, right?
Yes.
That means that there is the scale. That means that it's not subjective and there's a universal standard. Women don't put makeup on to look less beautiful.
This is true.
So you agree with me that there's a standard. If you didn't, you wouldn't use makeup.
You're right. You have a point. I just don't know what that standard is. I wear makeup.
Well, you know how to figure it out. You want me to tell you how to figure out the standard is?
Ask the man I'm interested
You
in.
listen to the men. Ask the men, because we're the buyers, not you. We're the buyers, not you. You listen to what the men want.
Thank
See,
you.
I knew we could get there sooner or later. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's pretty easy to do, man. You see what I mean right there? That it shouldn't be that complicated to get women to understand that you gotta care about what men think. But it's like, I got a kid, I ain't got no man, and I got my own opinions. Ladies, I'm not doing this to hurt you, but y'all better get y'all's mind in the game about what men want. What do you have to say about the person we just spoke to? Because, Jesus, be nice, though. Go ahead. Can you hear me still? I don't know if she can still hear me. Carmen, I don't know if you can still hear me, so you got to come back.
All right, let's talk about this 29-year-old woman who called in. She's a single mother, and right away she comes out with this idea that there's no universal standard of beauty. And man, I just had to shake my head, because that is one of the most delusional things I've heard in a while. See, this is the problem when people live in their feelings instead of reality. We all know there are universal standards of beauty. That's why certain features, certain body types, certain looks are consistently praised all around the world. Men in different cultures, different backgrounds, different income levels, all seem to agree on what's attractive. That's not an opinion, that's observable reality. But she wanted to dismiss all of that. Why? Because it doesn't benefit her. It's easier to say beauty is subjective when you don't want to face where you really rank in the dating market. And on top of that, she's 29 and a single mother. Two things that already put her at a disadvantage in the eyes of high-value men. So instead of accountability, she chooses denial. What really stood out to me was how clueless she seemed about what men actually value. She wants to believe men are going to look past the baggage, look past the reality of her situation, and still treat her like she's the prize. But here's the truth. Men don't have to, especially the kind of men she says she wants. They have options, and their options don't include delusion. Kevin wasn't having it, and rightfully so. He gave her the reality check she needed, because the danger of this kind of thinking is simple. You keep living in fantasy land until you wake up one day and it's too late. The walls don't stop closing in just because you say beauty is subjective. Time doesn't slow down because you don't want to face reality. Here's my take. If you're a single mother at 29, the smart move is to humble yourself, get realistic, and stop arguing against basic truths. The dating market is unforgiving. The more delusional you are, the harder the fall. Bottom line, there may be preferences, yes, but there absolutely are universal standards of beauty. Denying that